Our waters are swarming with extraordinary creatures, some dazzling, some bizarre, and many now sadly at risk. In her new book, The Ocean's Menagerie, marine biologist Drew Harvell takes us on a journey beneath the waves to explore the beauty, mystery, and urgent challenges facing sea life. And Drew joins me now. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, Kelly. This is really beautiful to be here this morning.
Well, we cannot wait to get into this book. And you say our area is actually one of the best places to look underwater, so tell me about it.
Oh my gosh, it's summer, and really it's kind of spineless in Seattle that we have all these fabulous invertebrates in our tide pools. I hope all your folks are going out and visiting tide pools, seeing all the starfish, sponges, jellyfish that we have, and of course my book is about each of the superpowers in these groups. Each one has genes for superpower that no other group has. And so we have jellyfish making light in the dark. Ooh. We have starfish using impossible feats of strength to open clams. And of course, sponges making drugs that are relevant for cancer.
Wow, that is so intriguing. And we have some beautiful creature photos that we're going to show, and you're going to walk me through. So look at this. What are we seeing here?
So this is a brittle star. It's a cousin of our very, very famous and really common starfish in our tide pools. And it's a beauty that we have here.
It is. And next up?
Oh my gosh, so this is a nudibranch. This is a special one. This one actually catches zooplankton from the water using that great big hood that it's got. And I'd like to also make the case that in every one of these groups, we have impossibly great biodiversity here. We have 10 different species of starfish or snails or nudibranchs that you could find in any one of these tide pools. And this is our sunflower star, which is currently listed as endangered.
Oh, wow.
And due to a huge wasting disease epidemic.
Geez, and this is
and
stunning.
This is a fabulous ctenophore. This one's actually not from our waters, but we have about 5 other species that are like this in our waters.
Oh my gosh, and then this last one.
And then this fabulous nudibranch, so showy. It's kind of like the tutus
that
you had on earlier in the show. And a lot of the nudibranchs are like that. They're just fabulously frilled and spined and spotted and striped and amazing colors. And again, we have such a high diversity here. So our 2 tide pools are among the best. I like to say spineless in Seattle is the place to be.
Yeah. And how did you get into marine biology?
Well, I was a graduate student at the University of Washington at Friday Harbor Laboratories, and I was just so lucky, in addition to the incredible work I got to do there, that I was invited along to be an aquanaut on a saturation diving mission in St. Croix. And that pretty much sealed my fate for my entire career, the chance to live underwater for a week, never going back to the surface, and studying the creatures of the reef there. So
I can't even imagine the stories that you have from that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I understand you're particularly fond of the starfish, so please talk to me about that.
Well, all of the groups are super important to me. I really like to make the case, if you look in some of our invertebrate keys, I mean, how many different species do you think we have in our waters?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
So many. I don't know.
There could be 80, and if you went to a tide pool, you might find 5 or 6. So we all need to celebrate that. However, they've been taken down recently by an enormous epidemic. I call it kind of like the COVID of starfish. And it's been affecting us for the last 12 years and caused the sunflower star to be on an endangered species list. And we're really excited, after many years of work, to be able to reveal the microorganism that's actually causing that outbreak, and be able to improve management and bring some new strategies for actually bringing that species back.
Gosh.
And our work here in the San Juans and British Columbia is kind of at the center of a lot of the recovery efforts.
That's so amazing. And what are some of the most surprising things people will learn from your book, would you say?
I'm guessing that nobody knows that our very common jellyfish makes green fluorescent protein, and that was discovered here at Friday Harbor Labs. And that's used in virtually every kind of neurobiology as a live cell tracer. It's a fluorescent green chemical. You may also, maybe people don't know how many cancer drugs have been discovered from tropical sponges, including the very common currently used mitomycin from a local sponge here, the green sponge Halochondria. And I could really go on and on and on. With sea stars, they have absolutely, it's called smart skin, in that a neuron fires and it causes the skin to cross-link and instantly become stiff. And that's what allows them that holding power for opening a clam.
Goodness.
And then the other magic in the starfish is, of course, again, at an electrical impulse, the skin becomes instantly slack and they can drop an arm, which is something they do.
Okay, before we leave too, what was your favorite find ever in a tide pool?
Oh my gosh, it's going to have to be nudibranchs, and I'm hoping some of the people listening feel the same way, because they're so common, they're diverse here, and they're just ridiculously beautiful, like the tutus we saw earlier on your show this morning.
I think that was my favorite too. This was so amazing and so interesting. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Kelly.
Yes, and just a reminder, Drew is holding an author event tonight, Thursday, July 31st at the Elliott Bay Book Company at 7 o'clock.